In this video, I want to compare and contrast the Zwilling Pro to Victorinox Fibrox Steak Knives. These are two very, very different knives. The only similarities they have is they're both European made. The Zwilling is a very high-end steak knife. It is not serrated, so it's meant to be used like a scalpel through the meat. It's not going to tear and shred the meat as you cut it, so you're not going to lose as much juice, and you're going to have a much more appetizing looking piece of meat that you're going to have on your fork. The way you use high-end steak knives is by putting the tip down to the plate and just dragging it through the meat like you would a scalpel. You don't saw through and you don't use the knife like this. On the other hand, the way you use sort of cheaper serrated steak knives is to literally saw through the meat like you see here. So it is going to be a little bit different of a mechanism of action in terms of cutting the meat. The actual knives use very similar steel, 57 hardness for the Zwilling, 55 hardness for the Victorinox, and they're actually ground down to very similar angles as well, 15 degrees. The only difference is that the Victorinox is also serrated, as I've discussed, while the Zwilling is not. The handles are very different too. First and foremost, a lot of people are surprised to learn that the Victorinox does not have a full tang. It ends about right here. And the handle is made out of Fibrox. It's a reinforced plastic with a really nice non-slip finish on it. While the handle of the Zwilling is a full tang, a very nice full tang, two high quality scales on either side, and it really just does feel like a pleasure to use when you have it in your hand. The one thing I'll say is this is also a really nice knife if you have guests over as just like a party steak knife, to where you're not going to sort of feel like you're giving them a cheap set of cutlery to use. While the Victorinox, even though it's definitely a high quality knife, isn't really like the classiest thing to give out at a holiday party. At the end of the day, they both have lifetime warranties. It comes down to a personal preference. I'll put links down to both below. If you have any questions, any comments, or any concerns, as always, let me know. And otherwise, I will talk to you very, very soon.